Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 2. When we last left off, I was in the middle of talking to Princess Alphen when I found out I didn't have any more time left. So, we're going to continue with this little quote-unquote cutscene for now. And we get the Vermilion Master Quartz. So yeah, if we go to the main here, we can see all three of the metals right down there. Let's have a look at that Vermilion Master Quartz. Killing enemies recovers HP, so that could be nice. Could probably give that to someone like Laura, who already has a high HP. Alright. So, let's go talk to Valimar, shall we? Is this where Valimar is? Maybe he's on the other side. There he is.
Hey, Valimar.
Hello, Reed.
I came to see how you're holding up. Sure was a surprise when you offered, but thanks for volunteering to serve as a lookout.
Not a problem. Perhaps you and your friends have influenced me to some degree. Each and every one of you have come a long way to take this place back. I simply wish for you to be able to dedicate this evening to celebrating that achievement.
You know, looking back, I never figured the day would come when I'd be able to have a natural conversation with you like this. You've changed a lot in that regard. You've gone from sounding mechanical to dignified, I suppose.
I've been working to gradually recover my memories over time, and while still fragmented, I am now able to recollect specific memories from my past.
Really? Does that mean you remember some of what happened before you went to sleep in the old schoolhouse?
Correct. I went to sleep 250 years, 128 days ago, and my previous awakener was a man known as Drykel's Rysay Arner.
Wow. So it really was Drykel's, huh? I had my suspicions when I saw that memory in the last shrine, but I didn't want to assume.
I believe you resonated with the memories that reside within the proving grounds. Drykel's visited the spirit shrines as you did. In each one, he obtained the same ore with which to forge his weapon, advanced upon the same capital, and it was there, with many allies at his side, that he laid the war to rest in one final confrontation.
It's kind of eerie how similar our paths are, but it makes me feel a little self-conscious too, in a way. I doubt we're doing all this half as well as he did. What kind of person was he, anyway?
He was an open-minded, composed, and driven man, full of bravery and daring, and in some ways, an enigma. Yet for those he met, he was ever kind and merciful. He had dignity in measure with his stature, and still at times, one could see in his eyes the glimmer of a child's.
He was really something, wasn't he? Hearing you talk about him, I don't know if I could be anything like he was. But maybe if I were, I'd be able to do more for everyone.
There is little meaning in striving to be something you are not.
Huh?
Since my awakening, I have watched over you. I have seen you grow as a person. Drykul's found success in playing to his strengths. You, though different, possess strengths no less great. Just as he attracted his own supporters, so too have you gained those who would choose to stand by your side and no other. Take pride in those who would become your sword, for not even kings can buy the loyalty you have earned.
Thanks, Valimar. You're right. I should focus on improving myself as I am, rather than try to become someone I'm not. Seeing as how I'm fighting for my future and to bring home my friend, it wouldn't make sense to be anyone else, really. Oh, yeah. It sounds like the Tachi will be done by morning, so if you're up for it, I think we should test it out tomorrow. I'll be counting on you, Valimar.
I shall do all within my power.
Alright, so from here, it's being recommended that I do a save. Alright, so I guess we just gotta find the person in which we can have the special moment with. In this case, I only have two options, Toa and Elisa. So let's have a look at them. I guess I should just go with Elisa. Alright, I guess now we just head over to the dormitory. Is she gonna finally admit her feelings to me?
Sorry for the wait, Rean.
Oh, hey, Elisa. I only just got here, actually. All done catching up with the rest of the lacrosse club?
Yeah, it was great to be back with them, but I think we've done enough celebrating for the time being. Plus, Varys ended up giving me a few friendly words of advice, too. It's kind of hard to say no to a girl who keeps insisting a lady ought to not keep a gentleman waiting, you know?
Yeah, Sounds like her, all right.
Anyway, never mind her. It really does feel strange to be back here in our old dormitory. In a good way, of course. As soon as I stepped through the doors, all the memories of the times we spent together here came flooding back.
Yeah, same here. It's been a long time coming, but we finally made it. Well, while we're here, do you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, why not?
I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll just reload that save and show off the Toa one as well. Once we're all done here. Because Toa was best girl in the last game.
It's funny how time works, isn't it? It's only been a couple months since we were last here, and yet I feel like it's been years.
I guess that just goes to show how much of a mark the time we spent here has left on us, though. Every room, every corridor has a memory attached to it. Just one look, and I suddenly remember it all like it was yesterday.
You know, I guess that's true. I just wish Crow were here with us to share this feeling. It doesn't feel quite right without him.
I wish he were here, too. He's as much a part of Class 7 as the rest of us. Give it time, though. Next thing you know, he'll be right here reminiscing with us.
You really never change, Reen. It was clear from the moment we met. You were someone who really cared for others. And you're as kind now as you were then. You were our leader, always tirelessly looking out for every member of the group and putting our needs before your own. We're so grateful for all you've done. And that goes double for me. Hey, Reen, do you still remember our first day at the academy?
Our first day?
Yes,
How
fondly.
can I possibly forget? First, we bumped into each other outside the station because I was so taken by the Lino flowers, and then that happened. I'd love to tell you I've done what you asked and forgotten, but that's just plain not possible. Sorry about that.
I should have known. Then again, who am I to talk? It's such an embarrassing memory, I doubt I'll ever be able to forget it. And the part outside the station was the most picture-perfect way to meet you, too. Then we both had to go and ruin it.
I really am sorry about what happened, though. Just so we're clear on that.
In a strange way, though, it kind of worked out for the best. Afterward, I just kept thinking about what happened over and over again. And before I knew it, I couldn't get you out of my head. We barely met, and you were willing to risk getting seriously injured just to protect me from harm. That left a real impression on me. I kept wondering, why? Why would you do that? What kind of person must you be? Next thing I knew, I found myself watching you from afar. I was so curious about every little thing you did. And the more I learned about you, the more I wanted to know. I wanted to find out how you saw the world around you and how you were able to live so true to yourself.
You know, you were always on my mind, too. You've always been hardworking, with all the pride of a noble and a strong competitive streak. But I think what stood out to me the most was how considerate you are of others, and how you always put them before yourself. All that time you say you were thinking about me, I was probably thinking about you, too. To be honest, you've been on my mind ever since our picture-perfect meeting, as you put it.
Really?
During the past few weeks and months, I've gotten to know more and more about what makes you the person you are. The two of us have had so many long talks about finding our own paths through life, or about deciding how we want to live. And somewhere along the line, I found myself hoping that between whatever you decided and whatever I decided, the paths we chose for ourselves would eventually meet and become one, so we could walk side by side.
Does that mean?
I love you, Elisa, and no matter what happens, or what you decide to do with your life, even if our paths one day end up parting, and we have to go our separate ways, my feelings for you will never change.
Reen. If it
He
weren't
finally
for
admitted
you,
it.
I'm not sure I would have ever found the courage to find a path for myself at all. I was only able to because of how much your determination inspired me. How it made me want to struggle on, just like you do. And I love you too, Reen.
I'm so glad.
Oh, they actually did it.
I'm feeling kind of embarrassed now. I've got a lot of memories of this place already, but I think this one might leave the strongest impression of all.
So am I. I can't see my face, but I think it's safe to say it's redder than it was at the old schoolhouse. But I'll never forget this moment. No matter what happens, I won't forget. No matter what hardships I might end up facing, I'll just have to think of you, and I'll be strong enough to overcome them.
And the same goes for me, too. I've got no idea if I really deserve someone as good as you. There's still so much I don't know about myself, but I do know that I want you by my side, now and in the future. Whatever may happen, Elisa, I hope we'll be able to find a path we can share with one another.
I hope so too.
Aw. Well, that was sweet. And I think when we return in the next episode, we'll go ahead and do the Toa one, seeing as how I made that save. Should be a lot easier just to go and see it. Rank 7. And we earned the Inseparable trophy for that. Overdrive 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. And we're going to go ahead and watch the Toa one. And that'll be a short episode because that's basically all we'll be doing is we'll be literally watching that Toa scene. After that, I'll decide on which one I'll probably end up keeping. And we'll start again from this point right here. So, before we get too involved... Ooh, now that's a nice big sword. But we'll pick this up again from this spot in the next episode. Well, the episode after next. Until then, I'm ZeroKaiX. We'll see you in the next one.